The controversial subject at the moment is that Fortunate Son angle that we've seen tipped recently in the dirt sheets. It looked like a couple of weeks ago there was talk of Ted Dibiase Jr. pairing up with his brother Brett Dibiase, and indeed the $1 Million Man Ted Dibiase, as well as Joe Hennick, Mr. Perfect Son, and that was going to be a new stable. Now, so far, it's been very quiet on this. We've seen Ted being sort of let out with that belt, and indeed with the $1 Million belt back on TV and in HD. What a fantastic way to look at that. Certainly the most underlooked of the belts. I know it's not sanctioned by Jack Tunney whatsoever, but without a doubt, that belt is good stuff, and I'm glad to see it back on television. Now, he was looking for his Virgil this week. My question to you is, who on the Raw roster is Ted DiBiase's Virgil?
Yeah, here's where it gets interesting, and there's quite a few I think we could pick out of the hat, namely one in particular. But I think there should be some sort of gimmick where they work in outsiders and even maybe people who get the boot from NXT, not mentioning any names. But it would be fun to watch some sort of week on competition, I suppose, almost in an NXT way to be the new Virgil for Brett, and would probably be good TV, and I think they could get some good little stories and some funny stuff happening there. But yeah, I think they should definitely. I kind of thought about this recently, where could they actually do the $1 Million Man Junior gimmick? Would it work? How far would they go? Would they keep him in the same kind of ring attire, or would they pull back some flash Ted Senior style get down clothes? And definitely I think they couldn't really do that with the Ted Senior stuff, but even having the belt back is making it legit, and I think a Virgil along the line would definitely be quite funny to watch.
He tried to get R-Truth on his side this week as his Virgil. He's going to be looking for more guys next week, I'm sure. Who's going to be Ted DiBiase's Virgil? Now, as you say, there's lots of likely candidates waiting there on NXT. You've got to be PC, haven't you? And perhaps, Wade Barrett, he's Jericho's Virgil. And, Beefcake, he is to Hogan as Virgil was to DiBiase. But then who do you pick? I would maybe even say this angle has been done too much, because look, Bryan Danielson, he's in there with the Miz. I mean, maybe we have too many proteges. Maybe now it's time to sort of forget it, but I thought it was a good tip of the hat to Virgil, and I think it would further his character to have somebody in there. Let's just throw Skip Sheffield. Oh wait, he's William Regal's Beefcake.
Yeah, and that's worrying. What I think would be very funny is if they got Virgil, and just send him, or maybe Stanford might give him a call. I'm sure he's at some gimmick table, some basketball court somewhere, and just say, hey Virgil, what's up? Fancy coming back for a run? And we'll stick you with Ted Jr. Same gimmick, same ring. Well, it wasn't really ring attire, I suppose, but that nice silver and salmon looking thing that he used to wear. And let him have a run with Ted Jr. I think it would be absolutely hilarious, and no better Virgil than the Virgil.
Yes, that's for certain. Ted DiBiase going into a new position now and becoming more of a top performer. I look forward to seeing where he can go. I know he's going all the way to the top, and I think maybe 2-3 WrestleManias down the line you're going to see Ted DiBiase in there, with or without Brett and Joe, in some sort of big angle. But we've had legacy. We've had it for a long time. Is it wise to do that again? So many of the storylines repeat themselves in WWE. We're talking about stables all the time. And, these sort of Fortunate Son angles where they're talking about the second and third generation wrestlers. They're there. You have to mention it. But indeed, maybe it doesn't have to be the top storyline all the time.